What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You got the almighty DJ CJ Flash back with a brand new live episode of I Remember That Song. Here to tell you all about it is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Dove.
CJ Flash, Dominus, Ominous.
Ominous.
Dominus, Ominous.
Ominous. Oh, is that how you doing it?
That's the new Pope. Y'all don't know about him. He's gonna break that out week 4.
Oh, okay.
Right after Memorial Weekend.
The Pope of Chicago?
The Pope from Chicago. How about that? Chicago. American trying to claim we got it. And then they got mad because he didn't speak English in the first time he spoke. Well, why are we talking about the Pope to start the show?
You did it. I'm rolling with you.
Dominus Ominous. That's all I said, So
that's Pope.
Okay, rewind. I'm not even Catholic, but I like this. I like this. Dominus Ominous. We are here in the Bay, man. You feeling good?
I'm feeling fantastic.
You got your Malcolm X shirt on. You got your IRTS thing in the background.
Yes, sir.
Looking good, feeling good, man. So look, we got fun. We have fun tonight. I always said we're gonna have a good show tonight.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
We just were talking to him in a warm up, and he seemed like he gets us. So we're gonna have some fun because we like it when people get us. You know how it is, CJ. Well, let me bring in the fellas because they're gonna be able to relate to what I'm saying. So CJ Flash right there, G Dub right here, Big Russ is right there.
Sir.
And D minor was
D minor.
I'm keeping count every time I call him. I say, yo, D minor. That's time for number 1,318 time. You've heard that this week, D minor. But he just disappeared for a moment, so he'll be right back.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Or something. I don't know. He's at work. So anyway, what I was going to say, and I think you fellas can understand and relate to this. I like being around people that got a quick wit. Get it, because people that don't get it will think that we're being a smart ass. But people that get it think, oh, clever, I can run, let's go. Okay. I like people like that. I don't like people that think I'm a smart ass. Because you don't get it.
Ass,
well, I'm witty. I'm witty. Quick witted. Just like you, Russ. Just like you. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Russ is a smart ass, though.
No, I'm an asshole. There's a difference. There's a difference between an asshole and a smart ass.
See, if I was an asshole, then I would have said that. Now, how we go from the Pope to ass? Come on, fellas.
This is you.
You
are
the
host.
Focused.
You are the host.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let me get
guiding the ship, man.
Okay. We guiding the ship like the New York Knicks, man. So in case y'all are watching.
I'm recording it. What do you
okay,
doing?
well, all I said was we guiding like New York Knicks. You don't know if I was talking about before this game, during this game. All right, okay. Let me refocus. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jerry Dove, and you're watching IRTS Live. We do this every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Pacific time. Just me and my friends sitting around talking about music and what it means to us. I'm G Dub. That's almighty DJ CJ Flash. Big Russ is right below. D minor will be here in just a moment. Our sister, Ryan Nicole's play that we've been talking about for the last few weeks. It starts in 2 days.
Yes.
2 days. So
Nice.
she's focused on what she's doing, and she's going to take some time off to do that. So God bless. If you live in the Bay Area, please make a plan. Make a plan to go see this show right here. It's going to be in San Francisco. Well, even if you don't get drive, it's worth the drive. So
use your Greyhound points.
There you go. Greyhound, Amtrak. Can meet me by railway. Any way you get here. Just get here, but she's going to be doing that for at least a month. She gets the feeling that y'all going to support her so much that it might be extended. So the bad thing is that we won't have her on this show, but we'll be supporting her for everything that she's doing. And she's already told me that whenever she gets a break, she's going to be back with us. So
we're taking a field trip, bro.
Yeah, we all going to do that. We're going to do that.
Going,
like I'd have to say like second week of June.
Okay.
Next week is busy. I know y'all got Brian Culberson. So the second week of June, let's work that out.
All right.
Yeah, we're using our Greyhound points to go to now.
There you go. There you go.
That's hilarious.
All right. So if our guest is still here, I'm gonna try to bring him in. Okay. This brother is an R&B singer. He's from the East Coast. It says in his bio that he was born somewhere in Connecticut, but he's made a big name for himself in New York and North Carolina, and just on the East Coast. It's so different out here in the West because they go from one state in like 20 minutes, and then we 20 minutes, you're not even out the Bay Area out here. So it's always interesting when I hear somebody from Connecticut But how long does it take you to get to New York? And we'll find out in a minute when we bring in this brother. But before we do that, let me bring in my man D Minor. D Minor, what's up? You good?
There we go. I am good in the game.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
What's
we're
up,
warmed
D?
up.
How you doing, brother?
Dang.
That's the carryover from last week, y'all.
Okay. All right. So tonight we welcome R&B singer and three-time Apollo winner OMAR Wilson. He's performed and recorded with the likes of Boyz II Men. He's recorded with the Neville Brothers, Andy Stone, and DMX, and a whole lot more. He did James Brown's "It's a Man's World" with Al Green's original band. So that tells you that he got some chops on him and stuff like that. And trust me, he does. He also did a version of Secret Garden with Cisco, Sean Stockman, and Raheem DeVaughn. If I'm not mistaken, our man Omar sang James Ingram's part, but we can ask him when we bring in Mr. Omar Wilson. What's going on, good brother?
My brothers, man.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, man, I ain't know y'all was in that gay area, man. I love the Bay, man. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Word
sir.
up. Salute blessings to the West.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us. Hold on, what happened here? There we go.
Yeah, a little blip in the matrix. That's my introduction. You know what I'm saying?
He just disappears like that.
They say I've been disrupting things since I was a kid, so this right a long time.
All right. Well, then talk to us before we get really started. Let me say hello to our folks that are out there watching. Fellas, help me out if you can. If you are watching this show for the first time, again, we do this every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Pacific. You can follow us on YouTube at IRTS and then put a space in there and then hit show. We also have a Facebook page at IRTS show. You can visit the IRTS VIP lounge and get caught up on songs and kinds of karaoke, not karaoke. Shoot. You know what I'm trying to say. No, what am I saying? Games and things like that.
We don't know what you're saying, bro.
What is in my cup? I thought it was. Oh yeah,
It ain't full.
It ain't water. So we are here every Tuesday. We have some fun talking to people like Omar Wilson. So Omar,
Yes, sir.
you heard me stumbling through where Connecticut is. So let's start with that basic little question for these people from here to West Coast. They don't get to the East Coast very much. Only once in my life I've ever been in New York for like a day and a half, believe it or not. So how far are you from New York City? What part of Connecticut are you from?
I'm in Norwalk, Connecticut, which is like the southernmost tip. So I'm probably like 20 minutes from the Bronx. Like you were just saying, it's like Bronx, then Queens, then you go over to Brooklyn and all that. So I'm closer to New York than I am to like my whole state. Connecticut's, probably about an hour long, but I'm like right at the end of it.
Okay.
So, but I did live on the West Coast for a minute. I lived in LA for a minute, man. I look forward to coming to the Bay Area because the West is the best. You know what I mean?
That's right. Now we're in the Bay, so LA don't even matter to us. You know that, right?
I do know that. I just want to include all hoods so everybody, feels included. That's all.
Well, this show is universal. This show is
no
universal.
jurisdictional situations going on.
The show is
let the record show he is hood inclusive. He is
yes, sir. Yeah, we are all there. It takes a village to raise Omar Wilson.
Don't come up to the Bay talking about the Dodgers, the Lakers, and Frisco. So we'll know. And bring a jacket when you come.
That's what they say. In the daytime is 90. At about 9:30, it becomes like 40 degrees. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
It's summertime in San Francisco is about 3 days long, and it's in October.
Yeah, the best weather is in October. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
In early August.
Yes.
In early August.
Yeah, one day.
I thought it's 85 and sunny all year round. Just don't never.
Nah.
That's San Diego. That's San Diego.
Yeah, somebody lied to you, bro.
You're at the wrong stand. We always know when it's a tourist.
I did go to San Diego. San Diego's where the Pelicans. The Pelicans was going in the water.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've been to the Diego. That's it.
Yeah. San Diego's got the Pelicans. We got the Sea Lions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So the problem with San Francisco is it's a peninsula, so it's surrounded by water on three sides, and the wind just cuts right through you. It's almost like the Chicago wind off the lake, but it's different because it's salt water, so it goes right. 50 degrees in San Francisco feels like 35, 38 degrees somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh
you
my
give the
God.
weather way too much credit. It don't get to 90 in San Francisco.
Man,
That's something
what is
Yeah,
really,
it
really
does. It
wrong.
gets three days. 3 days a year, it will get to 90.
Yeah.
What?
But outside the Bay Area, like where I live out here, it can get to 90 out here, but at night it's 55 or something like that. So okay, let's recap now. So we've talked about the Pope.
Yeah,
We've talked
to
about
the Weather Channel.
we started out with the religious network, then we went to asses and things like that, and now we're talking about the weather. Okay, so enough about all of that. Omar, we thank you for joining us. Let's say hello to some of our folks that are here with us. Kim Batiste is here like she is every week. SMJ from the Bay is right here with us. Ron Ledford is here from Detroit.
That's fan. Big Ron, that's fan.
Letty's channel, she's from Detroit as well. Gina Emerson is here from the Bay. So, we're going to get it going, and going to be a lot of people in the chat. And Omar, as you can see, he's got a good sense of humor. He's got a good vibe about him. So let's have some fun tonight. CJ Flash, what is the first song you're going to play to take us on this musical journey that is Omar Wilson?
We've been through phases, just like the moon. I get to sage it, gotta cleanse the room. We're always fighting, but when we wake up, thunder and lightning, that's when the rain comes. We're raging, then we're quiet. We're taming, we're wild, and ageless, and timeless story told. It's water, it's soil, we come to a boil. And when we get to cooking on the stove, let's go. The better ones are so good.
All right. That's your newest song, right?
Yeah, that's the new single that we just dropped a couple months ago, about a month and a half ago. That's off of the new album entitled Iconic that we're working on.
Yeah.
I think that record's gonna go, man. That record's gonna go, definitely.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Appreciate it. And, the bad ones, it's self-explanatory. It's them.
Oh yeah.
Them ones, man. Man, I would love to not deal with you, but I can't.
Yeah.
Omar,
you got something you want to tell us already? I mean,
I
just said it.
What they say, say a lot with a little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said it all without saying nothing. Bro.
Man, them bad ones, bro. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Look, it could be a female, it could be a treat. Like, I know goddamn well I shouldn't be eating this. But...
Yeah, brother, we've all been there.
Some of us there right now.
So you write some of your songs, or you write some of your songs too?
When I first started, I wrote all my songs. You know what I mean? Now I'm acquiring different songwriters and people that want to collab, just be a part of the vibe where they have a certain a pen that they think will match my voice. But yeah, I mean, from the beginning, it's all just been getting a vibe from the beat and penning it myself.
So what's your process?
It depends, man. That's the beautiful thing about music. It's always different. Sometimes it could be a track that I hear when I walk into the studio. Sometimes we sit down, we vibing, and we start from just some strings and a guitar. Sometimes it's a melody I got in my head, and I say, "Can you play this? What do you think about that?" Sometimes it's some lyrics I already have written down. So, what makes it always interesting is the process. It's always organic because it's never redundant.
So do you play?
I don't play instruments per se. My mom for so long tried to get me to play piano, but I was hard-headed and want to do my own thing. But I hear melodies, I know what I want to hear. I just can't play it per se.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's all right.
Your folks play? Your mom? You said she was pushing you towards piano. Does she play?
My father played. My father played piano for a while, but just to play, just to make everybody feel good. Not as a professional. Yeah.
So you can't play at all, piano wise.
I mean, I could do like you know, little variations.
Chopsticks.
But yeah, you know,
Andre 3000.
but nothing to woo the crowd right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like Andre 3000.
Let that man do what he do, man.
He doing what he do. I'm waiting on the
He's a
next record.
flutist. He's a flutist.
Well, he had the flute record. Now he got the piano record. He got the
Yeah,
piano
what?
album.
He's got the piano record out.
He
Oh,
got
I
the
didn't
piano
know
record.
that.
Yeah.
He don't either.
Okay.
Wait for the next one in September. He's gonna drop the oboe.
Not the oboe.
Not the oboe.
And there goes our chances for getting Andre 3000 on IRTS Live.
Hey, Dre, I might get a record, so you know that OMAR oboe.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. That's the next out. That's the next album.
You know, make it happen, son.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Keep it eclectic. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So the first line in your bio says you were a 3-time Apollo winner, man. So what was that like, being on that stage?
Man.
And what, you won 3 weeks in a row, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us about that.
I mean, to this day, the Apollo period. We wouldn't have The Voice and all these shows where they allow singers to develop their talent on stage in front of people if it was not for the Apollo.
Mm.
The only difference is the Apollo Theater, just New York in itself. You know what I mean? Shout out to New York City because it did cultivate and cook who Omar Wilson is.
Yeah.
Because New York is cold-blooded. But it's cold-blooded in a way where it lets you know what you need to come with to make the people recognize you. If it does not turn your blood, if you don't get them goosebumps, you get no reaction. We see that every day. You know what I mean? So it was the most amazing boot camp to put me in the position of greatness. I will say there is nothing like being in the bowels of the Apollo.
Mm.
And you know everyone from Michael Jackson to James Brown has been here.
Right.
And people like, if I'm not mistaken, Lauryn Hill was booed off.
Yes, she was.
So was Luther.
So was
Yes.
Luther?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
so boom. So I remember the first night. First of all, it was 6 in the morning. They make you get there at 6. They don't start till 8. I think they do that on purpose, just so you can sit there. So this was back when Ray Chu and the crew was the band. And I didn't learn my song on time, which was a song for you. And I had written it down on paper. I got up on stage at the Apollo Theater during my rehearsal and was singing with the paper. And Miss Hurley, God rest her soul, which was like the mother of the Apollo, she ran the Apollo at that time, came up on stage, like basically cussed me out without curse words in front of everybody, told me how important my song was, how important Donnie Hathaway was, and how dare you come up here singing this like that. Took me downstairs into the basement, made me sing it like 10 times until I got it right. And that was the first night I ended up winning.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll never forget, I'm about to go on, and before me was a young girl that was probably about 14. She was singing a song. She got about 7, 8 bars in, and they did her dirty.
Yeah.
So they get her off. She come running by me, basically in tears, and I'm like, damn, they done knocked off the little girl. I'm done.
You got to let him cook.
Yeah. So mustered up my mustard.
Yeah.
Went out there, did my thing, and ended up winning, man. And that was like, that was.
Now, do they give you something for winning? Do they give you something when you win?
They give you the understanding that you have survived the Apollo. And now you can take that into the wilderness.
Yeah.
And prosper.
So no trophies, no certificates, no ribbon or
I never
nothing.
made it to the big red and all the other good stuff. You know what I mean? It was just, street cred and prestigious honor.
Well, you got the opportunity of basically working the Apollo. obviously that's a hard crowd to please, stonewall you and everything.
Man.
What would you say was what was the pros and cons to that? I mean, you touched on it a little bit, obviously, just with the audition, but what were some of the other things that you had to endure, and what were some of the would you say pros to that?
Man, I think all the pros were like, shout out to Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy was like the liaison to the Apollo. So you get there, she was almost like a motherly figure. Like she like, I know you scared. I know you feel like, you know what I mean? It's the last day on the earth, but it's gonna be all right. Even if you get booed off this stage, it's still an honor. So she would give you that reassurance. You know what I mean? You know you going into the wolves then, but I think it was the cultivation. It was the history. You would see the signatures on the wall. You could smell the history in there. You would see the stump you got to rub. They would tell you what it was about. The curtains, Ray chewing them that prayed for everybody. Just the whole vibe. Just looking at the red velvet seats, hearing the sound when there's no sound. Like walking out on the stage and there's nothing going on. You can still hear. It's like it's silence, but there's still a sound.
Right. It's
for me,
Apollo is
still to this day, it's like graduating magna cum laude from John Hopkins or like an Ivy League school or a decorated black college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So have you gone back and played the Apollo now that you got your own music and everything? You've gone back and played it?
I've been back a couple times just for like tributes, but no, I have not, man. I look forward to going back there and actually, as now a successful artist and playing. That would be
now that you've been on
that would be a
IRTS,
dream come true.
Now that you've been on IRTS Lab, it's gonna happen.
Thank you. Well, you just speaking into existence, and it shall be, saith the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, and you put the hands on it, so you know what I mean. You laid hands on it. We good.
Speaking of putting hands on it, how about this right here? Oh,
yeah.
That's the R&B. That's the come go with me here. That's the R&B here.
Yeah. We've had conversations with many R&B singers, and they all told you what that was all about, man. So,
you got the script.
There's two things. There's two things. It's the one hand open, and it's the other. It's the other album shot where you laying down and leaning on the elbow.
You know that's gonna be. You know,
that's it right there.
Yo, why did everybody lay down in the '90s and take their pictures? Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson. I'm like, everybody laying
Luther
down.
did it.
Luther did it.
Teddy
did it.
Teddy, yeah.
Lionel did it.
Okay, so I need to lay and lean. I need to do a lay and lean.
You gotta do a lay and lean.
No, keep that standing pose, man, because it looks like Flash. It's lonely at the top.
Hey, man. I listen to greatness and I live by it. You just said I'm doing it.
All right. Hey, you're watching IRTS. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Russ. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask him. One of the things about the Apollo that was shocking to me is how small it is. Like when you get there, you think it's this cathedral for our culture, but when you actually get on stage, it's how small that theater is. It's crazy. Man, it's very vertical, but it's small.
You're right. And if you, like you said, on top, you about to fall out. You like,
yeah.
But it's when it fills up and when it's magical, man. That's what makes it so magical, because it's like when you're in there, it's unexplainable. So obviously you've been there, so you know what it feels like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I hear you on that silence. It's like it's a living, breathing organism. You even when it's dead silent, you are hearing and feeling something when you're just in the space. It's crazy.
I agree, because think about it. They say energy's forever, right? Man, there's been so much R&B, rap, soul music. It's just been so much energy in that building, and the fact that it's honored. It's like it knows it has respect, so it's gonna keep the energy fresh and alive.
Well, let's hear some more of your music, because you're watching IRTS Live. We do this every Tuesday night. Tonight, our guest is a brother from the East Coast, but he's universal. He's
West all day.
It's Omar Wilson and G Dub is here. Big Russ, CJ Flash, and D Minor. Go for another song there, Flash.
Okay.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing, nothing without a woman or girl. Ooh, you see, man made the car to take us over the road. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat by the water like Noah made the ark. This is a man world. But it would be nothing, out a woman or girl.
Okay, Omar. Very well done, brother. Very well done.
Salute.
Thank you, sir.
Now
Salute back to you.
everybody knows that was done by James Brown, but your version was backed by Al Green's original band, and it quickly reached the #1 U.S. bestseller in R&B in the first 24 hours of release. Well, first of all, you must have got some people that really believe in you that you can get the rights to sing James Brown's song and use Al Green's band. So you got some supporters there with you, bro.
And done at Al Green Studios.
Yeah.
Man, first of all, I want to thank God and Jesus. We're gonna start there. Because just hearing it, when you're in the moment, it's one thing. But then when you're here, especially when you're hearing professionals talk about it, yo, it was Al Green's original band. Shout out to the High Records band, Royal Studios, Willie Mitchell, Boo Mitchell, just that whole experience.
Yeah.
Memphis, you know what I mean? It was some of those individuals had been playing instruments longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
And a couple of those brothers knew the original cats that played on the original version.
Yeah.
So when I said I want to do it, I'm like, I want to do this record. It's like, all right, man. Your inspirations are saluted, but understand what this means.
You know, I think. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a moment in time that can either make or break you. So
yeah,
it's on you whether you want to do it. We could play it, no doubt. But it's whether you could, you know what I mean, do your part. So
yeah, I love that. I love hearing the fact that we don't often hear those stories where artists are able to go to a certain place to get that vibe, to get that energy. Case in point, I think about you, Omar, and I think of the likes of a Wilson Pickett. And so we went down to Muscle Shoals
come
to
on, man.
go work with that camp. So you going down to Memphis, you spending time in the Mitchell studios, and I'm sure the Mitchell family gave you their blessing. I'm sure that must have been amazing. But recording in Memphis, what was that energy like, man?
Like you said, the blessing from the Mitchell family, the blessing from James Brown's people and the people that own the rights to everything that he has. Like, it's an untouchable record. And I was received on both ends with love and respect. I think, one, because they knew I was paying homage at the highest level. Two, I was doing it from a place of humility and tutelage, just learning, like the understand. And three, God gave me this textural voice to even be able to be taken serious to do it. Like I could have said it, and they could have been like, "Nah, brother."
Yeah.
You
You went down there.
We'll do something. No, whatever else you want to play, we'll do it. We ain't doing. We can't desecrate that. We're a part of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like you said, let's stay together. Love and happiness. These brothers did all those records. So,
I'm seeing a pattern here in your life too. It seems like at the Apollo, now with this, you got a lot of your elders that are giving you a lot of lessons, and you're listening,
yes,
and
sir.
and you're learning, and they're paying you the respect that you earn from them, and so that's good, man. So tell the young folks how important that is in a business like this, because I know there's got to be a lot of young cats and young ladies that come in think that, oh, I can sing, my whole neighborhood say I can sing, but they don't listen to anybody, and they show up late, or they don't, they're not prepared, So talk to the young folks about how you are working in this business and what's working for you.
Well, it was kind of the same thing with me. Like, and that's the attribute of an artist. You want to, especially if you write. I write. I want to create everything. I was always a part of the production. I always had ideas, melodies, vibes. But how I was thrust back into it, I was performing in New York at that time. It was like the late 2000s. It was the showcase thing back then, and I was doing all the showcases. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Jersey, Bronx, wherever there was a showcase in the stage, I was there. Whether I was paying to get on, going last, whatever, because I was cultivating my talent. So I think what pushed me back into it is, okay, boom, performing in New York, I would do my originals, no one would pay attention.
Right.
Get on stage, hi, my name's Omar Wilson, I start singing, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just New York. Even if they like you, they're like, man, yeah, whatever. So I started doing acapellas. And I would do an acapella of Sam Cooke Change Gonna Come, or acapella of Donny Hathaway's I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know. Like first 8 bars. Started doing that, started getting responses. And people would start turning around. Like, yo, okay, you could do that, I'll listen. So that's when I really started getting the education. Boom. I auditioned for the Apollo, didn't make it. And then shout out to Maria Davis. Maria Davis was one of the prominent showcase promoters back then. She still is an activist, for Black people in general, artists and just everything. I love Maria Davis because she was the one who called me and said that there was an opening at the Apollo. They were looking for a soul singer. Why don't you go do that? And that's what got me on. And that's when I started learning, because when I didn't know the song, a song for you, that's when Miss Hurley started telling me about Donnie and the education. Then I had to learn the song. Once I learned the song and it hit my spirit, I wanted to learn more. Then I learned Donnie did Little Ghetto Boy. I'm like, wait a minute, this dude that did the love song did that song? Because there was a span where I didn't want to sing love songs because I was I was doing my little thing, thugging in the streets, doing whatever. I was in a rap group for a while. So I was like, man, I ain't gotta sing to no girls to get no women, man. And it was like, nah, some of the coolest dudes sing love songs.
Fact.
But I had to understand, it's like you said, taking it back to the youth and how they have to understand how important their history of why they can do what they're doing. They have to understand there was a time where you wasn't singing for likes or views or even for the bread. It was for survival.
Yeah.
And even if you were getting money, you might perform that night and leaving out. Somebody might try to kill you just because.
Yep.
And you still got on stage.
Yeah.
So I think, I know that every song that I did, especially on this Classics album, God chose me to do it.
Yeah.
There's only a couple people on this planet that can sing. Teddy Pendergrass, David Ruffin. They're unsingable to most people.
Yeah.
And I think not just because of the tonality, because no one wants to put their whole body into it, their whole heart and soul, everything they got. I don't care if you pass out on stage. You do it every single time like it's the last time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's
There's a
what
lot of-
made them great.
There's a lot of weight that goes with that, man.
Like when I got with my label, shout out to BSC Recordings, my big homie Lou Humphreys, and he was like, and we started doing a couple of the renditions because it started out. I just started singing a couple records, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, you can sing Teddy, you can sing David." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, but I want to do my original joints. I want to, you know what I mean, do this." He like, "Nah, brother. One, you have an obligation. Two, we get a double bang for our buck because people want to hear these records. It's just no one can sing them."
Mhm.
So it has been such a journey of knowledge and learning to know how important the songs that God allowed me to sing are to not only the generation that knows what they're about and be like, "Man, I told you," but the young generation that's never felt goosebumps before.
Yeah.
They ain't never felt that feeling in the back of their throat. They ain't never felt somebody hit a note and be like, "God, oh my God." Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so it's my job to bridge that gap and let them understand how important y'all
You,
are.
you mean Omarion don't get him like that? Omarion? You don't get him
I
like
don't know
that?
who get him like that. I mean, I don't know. I know Omar get him like that. Omar will
There
get
you
him
go.
like
There you
that.
go.
You know
There
what I'm
you
saying?
go.
Oh,
Hey,
So let me ask you this, Omar.
Gino. Hey, Omarion trying to get everybody to stand up because he can't get nobody to stand up.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So Omar, let me ask you this question:
Talk to me.
as you're doing this research for the classics record, for instance,
Yeah.
and you're digging and you're learning about you're learning about Donny Hathaway because you it's top of mind right now.
Mhm.
Did his music give you those goosebumps as you say, "Oh my God," because you're hearing all these different songs that you weren't even aware that he sang, that to see the breadth of his talent. Were you getting goosebumps, and is that how you picked which songs you wanted to do, or
The songs picked me. I became a whole goosebump in itself. I became a goosebump.
a big ass goosebump, big ass goosebump with a goatee?
I'm feeling it just moving around. Hey, yo, I remember hearing the Chronic album and hearing Little Ghetto Boy, right?
Mhm.
And that's when I was like, wait a minute, that's that dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the same guy?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about Donnie. I mean, come on, man. He's
Yeah.
not only vocal prowess, but he plays the way he sings.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Anointed, like it's another level, man. And when I heard it, especially like "I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know," when I heard that record, and the way he playing it, it's gangster, it's intense, it's spiritual, it's passion, it's sensual. It's everything. Cause see, for a minute I was like, "Man, I ain't no sucker, man. I don't do that. I don't, you know what I mean? I ain't on that sucker, man, saying love." Then I realized, like, what? It ain't no harder feeling
Yeah.
if you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And these brothers
Now,
are masters.
have you found your lady to sing the duets like you did with Roberta? You found somebody can match you and sing "Words of Love" and
I mean, Angie now, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, with the record I have with Angie, I believe that has the ability and has the same vibration of two juggernaut voices that come together to make beautiful music. But since then, I would love to. I mean, if y'all know of any, please let me know.
and
I would
obviously
love to do a duet with a
rest in peace of
beautiful
Roberta
woman,
Flack
and you know
too.
what I mean, and let them
Yeah,
know what time it is again.
Rest in peace, Roberta Flack too, obviously. So,
Yeah.
so look, we want to. You talked about the album, so CJ got something. Going to get into the album that you put out. How long ago did you put this one out?
The Classics album been out for about a year and a half.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Been
You did. If you think
records.
you're lonely now, it's a man's world. Secret Garden, come go with me. The One, Change Gonna Come, and some other stuff. CJ, what you got for us to listen to from that album? Go.
I want some company. And you look like you're just my type. See, you're the kind that spirits are running free. Let's take a sip of some cocoa wine as we dance to the music nice and slow. And you won't be under any kind of pressure. We'll just let the evening flow. Come on and go with me.
Would you like that, babe?
All right, Omar. Nice job, bro. Nice job on that.
So nice.
Yeah, that was smooth.
Thank you,
That's a
sir. Thank
great
you, sir.
song.
Thank you,
That's a
sir.
great song. And you got Teddy's Ranger right too, man. I mean that would have been funky or funny if you come out and you were just like a pitch high or something like that, because you were right there with him. Because Teddy, I've seen him in person when he was when I was a young kid, man.
Man, I would
I
love
never
to,
seen
man.
nobody work that hard. Never seen nobody work that hard.
Man, yo, okay, so Teddy Pendergrass. So I cover Lady, right?
Mm.
Yo, the brother, and it's like each one of these brothers are like superheroes, like the X-Men, like
Yeah.
like Teddy sing, and it's like a drill sergeant.
Mm.
It's like I said, man, every time I would sing the record or I would do the record, right? And my big homie would be like, yo, do you understand? People can't hit those notes.
Yeah.
And I was such in a mode where I just wanted to get it done. I didn't understand what I was really doing until I had to sit back and realize, like, this is the upper crust of what soul music and R&B is about, man. And I really needed to have that education and get it in my spirit. And they say when you pay homage to the greats, they allow you their power, man. So
Yeah.
thank you once again for confirmation, just confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's you mentioned we talk about Teddy Pendergrass and just how palatable his songs are, especially when his ballads. Dennis Edwards is another one. We would be remiss if we didn't mention him, and especially when Dennis became more palatable to ballads. But I have to ask this question: is Chivalry dead, bro?
Chivalry is definitely not dead.
Okay.
Definitely
Because a lot of because and I asked that is because they always say R&B is dead. They say certain parts of certain genres are but then when it comes to the ladies, they feel like like the ladies, they say that hey, we're not trying to go for the chivalry, but some women do. But from a man's perspective, a singer's perspective, is it dead or is it alive?
Well, it depends on what type of chivalry you coming with. Are you coming with knight in shining armor? Are you coming with lion on the Serengeti? You know what I'm saying? See, it's a different. Are you? And when you looking at it from an alpha male's perspective, when they talk about the chivalry, it ain't sucker shit. You know what I mean? It ain't. There's still that real manness. That's what they talking about. They missing.
All right.
Well,
You
I
know
gotta
what I
tell
mean?
you, man.
It's because when you sing from the depths of your soul and it make their gut quiver and shiver, that's part of the chivalry, in my perspective.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's part of how the intensity you come with, man. I think not just getting on one knee and saying, please be mine.
Well, I tell you what, as a bona fide non-singer, chivalry is not necessarily accepted because women are not used to receiving it.
I was about to say that too.
It's foreign to them.
It depends on the woman.
Yeah, it's foreign to them. And so a lot of brothers who are attempting to go down that road, they feel like, well, my efforts are for naught because it doesn't really matter to her. But it's just that it's foreign to her. By the way that, socially, how the family was set up, and just the environment. So when you go to open the door for a woman, sometimes she'll look at you like, what you doing? And you have to sit here and say, okay, well, no disrespect, but it's important to me that you know that I respect you and I want to treat you like a lady.
Correct.
And once you break it down as to what your intent is, that there's no game involved. This space that we're in right now, I want you to know that I want to treat you like a lady.
Correct.
And it knocks down a lot. And you can, they're more open to receive it. So as a balladeer, when you are showcasing your talents and you're showing women that there are men out here who can belt out that same intention, they're more easy. They can receive it easier.
Correct. Because they know that the intent is organic. You know what I mean? That once again, it goes back to feeling, man. When you know when something's real and when it's fake.
Yep.
It's just like love. You know when someone talks about love and they've had it. It's a different way they speak about it. So once again, I think that when you speak of the chivalry, even in R&B, it's the person, it's the way you're giving who you are and your message to that woman. That's going to depend on how she takes it and how she sees it. If it's real or you just the next dude hollering saying, you know what I mean, you look pretty today.
All right, so let's recap here. We touched on the Pope. We talked about weather. We talked about asses. And now we're on relationship advice. Only here on IRTS Live. Can we get back to just playing some music?
No,
every time y'all start talking, I'm like, oh my God.
You started with the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started it.
Yeah.
You
The hat is chivalry.
Yeah.
Hello, my lady. Hello.
The hat of chivalry. The hat of chivalry.
Why'd he go right to W.C. Fields though?
Hello,
My little chickadee.
Yeah.
CJ, play another song. Oh, I'm gonna write that down too. W.C. Fields. Okay, write that down.
Wishing on a star for a lover like no other, yeah. Are you who you say you are? 'Cause I'm searching for someone to share my love with.
Baby, I've been here before, and I know this time I've got to be sure. Ain't got no time to share situations. I'm looking for relations, and I'm hoping it's you. Gotta get to know you.
All right, that's you with your girl Angie Stone right there, man.
Man, bittersweet, man. Bittersweet, man.
Angie Stone, the Forrest Gump of music,
Man.
as Russ would say.
Yeah, man.
Please explain.
Angie Stone was at every important intersection of music as it evolved during my lifetime.
Wow.
I think we can all.
When I was introduced to funk, there she was.
Yep.
When I was introduced to hip hop, there she was.
Mm-hmm.
When I was introduced to what we started to call neo soul, way before that, there she was.
Yep.
When I got introduced to the soulful vixen, there she was. You know, she was at every intersection. As my musical taste grew, Angie Stone was there.
Yeah.
All right. Well said. Well said. So did you know her before you worked with her, or was that was the first time when you met her?
No, so I mean, of course I knew of her music and was a fan and you know, loved everything that she did. Like you said, from Angie B, the rap artist, to where she evolved to. I acquired the record. I wrote the hook and the first 8 bars. Initially, she was the first person that I thought of. I was like, you know, this is the person I would love to have on the record. At that time, my management knew her manager, and it was quick, man. It went fast, man. They got in contact. They worked the particulars out. She heard the record. I flew to Atlanta. I remember I was waiting for about like 20 minutes. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna record my vocals. So I did the hook in my first 8 bars. She ended up walking in, vibing straight off the rip. Quick introduction. She grabbed the pen and pad. We started going back and forth on stuff, and it just was magic, man. It was like two homies that hadn't seen each other in a while, kicking it, making music again. You know what I mean? And I wish that I did have like visual of the song, but nah, man, it was just one of those moments in time that will be etched in my mind forever.
Ours too.
Yes.
Definitely.
Great job on that one too. You're watching IRTS Live. We are here with our guest Omar Wilson. You got the almighty DJ CJ Flash, Big Russ, and D Minor. I'm G Dub. Let's keep the music going, Flash.
I need it on my
Oh, oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Where did all the blue skies go? Poison in the wind that blows from the north and south and east. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Oh, wasted on the ocean and the seas. Fish with mercury. Oh, oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Radiation underground and in the sky. Animals and birds who live in my arms.
All right, so you've sung James Brown, you Sam Cooke, Teddy Pendergrass.
3.
Now you messing with Marvin Gaye too?
Marvin Gaye and Donny Hathaway.
Man. The man, to the gentleman in the bottom row with your hand up. Go ahead.
All right, this is my confession, bro. When I first saw the visual of this, I was like, when did JB Smooth think he could cover Marvin Gaye? So I started doing some research. And I said, wait a minute. Oh, it's that dude right there. Okay. Because when you start touching on Marvin, that's when the haters come up.
Yeah, brother.
That's when the haters come up.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, man. Oh, yo, I just want to say, okay, you know that saying, there's nothing new under the sun. I really feel like as time goes on and more individuals like y'all that are historians and professionals in the field that I call R&B and soul music understand that no one has taken 6 to 7 of the most accredited soul voices ever, put them on one project for digestion to the planet, and it was acceptable. Like Donny Hathaway, Sam Cooke, James Brown, David Ruffin, Teddy Pendergrass, Bobby Womack, Eddie Levert,
Marvin Gaye.
Like that's 8, that's 8, 9 right there.
You did everybody except Randy Watson.
You did Randy Watson. You gotta say what?
Randy Watson. He played Joe the policeman on the What's Going Down episode. That's my mama.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
And the epiphany has been on me as well. That's like, no, who's done that?
Yeah.
James Brown. We got James Brown.
Yeah, James Brown for sure.
So come on, man. I feel like this Classics album, it deserves a Grammy. It deserves just more individuals like y'all giving it the credit it deserves. Not me, because then it looks like, I'm just, of course I'm going to like it. It's mine. But to have people that really could be like, brother, that one was good. But, because my objective was always never to outdo any of these legends. Can't do it. It's like
Right.
trying to dunk from the foul line like Michael Jordan. I don't care how you do it. It's never going to look the same.
So here's a challenge for you. How do you find, because you're able to navigate that, but how do you find when you're touring, how do you find a band that can also navigate like you do?
Man, you got to be like James Brown. You know, James Brown, he'll come to rehearsal with the shotgun, just dragging it on the ground. Like, look, I got 2 drummers. I got 2 other drummers in the back waiting. Whatever y'all want to do. I think once again, because of the importance of the songs, the musicians know off the rip.
Yeah.
This is first of all, everything's being filmed, so y'all gonna end up looking crazy. Well, I mean, I will because I'm the lead. But it's like if you can't play these records according to the mastery that they were created, don't even accomplish it. And that's one thing I will say about my team. They make sure. One thing about big homie Lou, when it comes to the band, he does not play with making sure that every piece is in place. It's like anything. It's like flying a plane. Let there be one bolt not right in a plane that you're flying. And that might be the bolt that don't, you know what I mean?
Boy.
That door coming off.
Yeah.
And just for the record, Your Honor, I thought he was kidding when he said he brought the shotgun to rehearsal. If anybody gets hurt at one of Omar's rehearsals, we ain't got nothing to do with that, Your Honor.
That was hypothetically speaking.
We ain't got nothing to do with it, Your Honor.
That was a
Your Honor.
hypothetical. You know
We ain't got nothing to do with that, Your Honor.
He gonna kill you with kindness. He gonna kill you with the smile.
I thought it was joking.
Hey, but Omar, you know, you talk about Lou. You've been mentioning Lou a lot. How is he as being part of your team, but also being that mentor? How is that like for you?
Man, well, Lou Humphrey, he's the owner of the label. He's also like my big bro. We call each other big homie. You know what I mean? I refer to a big homie with full respect. You know what I'm saying? So off the rip, just the fact that he believed in me, he deserved that rank. You know what I mean? Now we've been on a journey for about 6.5 years now, almost 7 years in this grind. I mean, I know I'm not the easiest person to deal with on certain junctures in time. So just him having the understanding, finally in my journey in this music industry, he's like the first cat that's actually wanted to teach me.
Yeah.
Or give me or put me up on game. Everything I learned on the fly. I learned from doing OJT, on the job training. I went out and did it. I ain't read the book. I ain't go to the seminar. I'm the dude that went to the Galapagos Islands and found the rare flower and came back with it. You know what I mean? So to finally have someone that has done more than me, could see the forest for the trees and give me insight even on what my gift entails and the ability of it, and allowing me even more understanding that it has no limits when you're putting it in the right situations.
Yeah.
So, yo, man, and the industry been trying to hire me for a long time, man. Like, they tried their best to keep me from being who I am. Like when you were saying to revert back to R&B is dead and all that other stuff, it was never dead. R&B is the music. Soul music is the music that created every music on this earth. The segregation ended with soul music. It was the music that helped the times dissipate, that helped things, especially a change gonna come. That was the record of the times to push things over the top. So that's why I believe they wanted to so-called eradicate it, because it allows us to vibrate higher, it makes us love each other more, and it makes you feel good. Soul music, man. So Secret Garden was the recatalyst of that, because it was in the middle of the pandemic. That was when they were really pushing R&B is dead. Because I was on an independent label, the majors had nothing to do with stopping it. And we put the record out. People started feeling the goosebumps again, especially at a time where everybody's feelings were raw because of the pandemic and we were losing lives. And my condolences to anybody and everybody that's been affected by that. But it allowed feeling to come back. Because before that, everybody was numb. Whether you was getting big money or whether you was just doing whatever, it was a numb feeling. That pandemic made everybody know that we all in this together, whether you got $2 billion or $2. So Secret Garden, we indoctrinated and re-jumped. It gave it put the jumper cables on that feeling, which let everybody know that, wait a minute, there's a music called R&B music that ruled the world at one time. Let's bring it back. And since then, it's been a rebirth of it, from original R&B songs to me recreating these classics and letting people know how important paying homage to who allowed them to be great is.
Do your fans hit you on in DM and suggest covers for you?
All the time. And I appreciate that. Like, fans hitting me with suggestions for covers. Like, I just had another fan send me a video of a young lady. I think it was like her 12th grade talent show. And she came out, she was like, this is Amy so-and-so, and she's singing Omar Wilson's It's a Man's World. And it's like, yo, and the homie that sent it was like, yo, son, it's James Brown joint, but they saying it like it's yours. So to be a part of reintroducing these records that are forever to a generation that doesn't know what Goosebumps is like.
Yeah.
They don't know what the slow dance feels like and feeling that first vibe. Like, oh my God.
They don't do that no more,
giving
man.
them that feeling to be like, yo, what is this? I performed at colleges, 18, 19, 20 years old, 20-year-olds. I'm singing A Man's World, I'm singing Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come. I'm singing these classic records. And I mean, I got video of it. And you would think, man, I'm singing old Negro spirituals to slaves. Because they couldn't even stop. They grabbing on themselves. And I'm like, yo, soul music, R&B will never die, has never been dead. Whoever said that is a sucker. And I mean, whatever. If you feel some type of way, you know where you can find Omar Wilson. I will represent R&B and soul music forever. How dare y'all? That's like saying there's no air. What do you mean there's no R&B and soul music ain't alive?
Omar, I'm gonna give you some more advice, Omar. As a grown older man to your elder here, you're not from the streets anymore. You get people to do that for you now, okay? Let them come find you. Tell them to come find your people. Don't tell them to come find you.
Come find my people.
There you go. You stay out of it. Go in peace, my child.
Let me listen to what the big homie said. You're right now. All I want is love and hugs. That's it.
Exactly. You let the people do that. You don't do that no more.
I'm done with the thugging. I'm singing R&B. You know what I mean? You're right.
Yeah, you don't go to the rack no more. You shooting threes now. Okay?
That's it. Nah, yo, I ain't going no more to the paint. It's all from the rafters. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's because I'm so attached to it. You know, I rep this R&B, this soul thing forever. That's why every stage I get on, I sing like it is the last time there's going to be a planet. I sing because I know that these people came out to see me and they deserve what I talk about. They deserve what they hear on these records. And it's time for R&B and soul music to get its just due and for it to never go away.
All right, we got another great song that you did with three other guys. Let's play it first and we'll talk about it after that. Go ahead, Flash.
I wanna read your mind, know your deepest feelings. I wanna make it right for you. Baby, show me, let me share the mystery. Oh, come on. Listen to your heart tonight. Come on. Make it alright. Yeah. Come on tonight. I know a melody that we could sing together. I've got the secret key to you, baby. Let's make music, harmonizing ecstasy. Oh, come on
morning.
Here in the garden.
All right, so I had to point out that you are singing the James Ingram part, which is
Yeah.
perfect. That was perfect.
Man, James Ingram, man. I've always, that's James Ingram. I forgot about it. Salute to the God. God rest the
Yes,
God.
indeed.
Dang. That's another
Look,
record
now,
now.
you're singing this joint with Cisco, Sean Stockman from Boys and Men, and Raheem Devon. Now, who put these four guys together? And were you all in the studio at the same time?
That would be I.
Okay.
That put the gang together. That was actually during the height of the pandemic,
Yeah.
as I spoke of, when everybody was in the four corners of the planet and really couldn't work. And I had met Raheem Devon. I was nominated for an NAACP Image Award. I met the homie out there, and we exchanged numbers. I was always a fan of his work. Said, we should definitely collab on something. So when I had the idea for the record, he was the first brother that I reached out to. My publicist at that time was Sean Stockman's publicist as well. So that's how that linked up. And then big homie Lou knew Cisco's manager.
Okay.
It was not recorded together. And once again, I want to credit big homie Lou and BSC Recordings and Jazz Joyner for the production and the configuration of that record, because no one would know that it was not recorded in one space because of the synergy of how everything just meshes. But I mean, I heard probably about 100,000 mixes of that record to get to the record that we got right now.
Mm.
And Big Homie made sure that, it was a classic that it is now, because at the end of the day, it's another one of those records that, if done wrong, career is
You
a
never hear
wrap.
the end of it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be famous, but you ain't gonna be famous for what you want to be famous for.
Yeah. Now, a couple more questions. Got a lot of questions about this one. So, do you think that it was better that you weren't all in the same room? Because I remember hearing, I don't know if it was Elder Barge or they were talking about they weren't going to compete with each other when they were singing the original version. And so, do you think that if you get four guys in here, all alpha males, all want to sing and show who's, and then you're trying to out sing each other and you don't do the song correct, you think that would make a problem or make a difference? Or?
I agree. And even if it wasn't an intended outdo session, it still might be in play. It might not be like We Are the World, where everybody's like, all right, I know you a juggernaut, I'm a supernova, and I'm an icon. Let's go ahead and do this.
But to keep the integrity of the song, everybody has their specific role. And what Al B. Sure and what El DeBarge did, you can't go beyond that too far, because then you'll lose the scope of the actual song.
Agreed.
Whereas what James did is what you did, which is perfect.
Yeah.
You took it there. And what Barry did was very smooth. But so if anybody leaves too far outside of that range, then it loses the integrity of the song.
Correct. And all I wanted to do is what you just said, my brother. I wanted to stay in the realm of what James was doing. Still put my funky bounce on it, but never leave out where it's like, damn, you did a little bit too much or a little bit too less.
Right.
Yeah.
To add to that record. Now, I mean, I personally think Cisco had the hardest job because of the tonality. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, everybody has whatever their opinion. I think the brother killed it. You know what I mean? I think it was.
No, I was
an
very
epic moment in time, especially with how he had to sit there and be like, all right, I can't do that.
Right.
So how can I make it still be impactful? You know what I mean? When they hear my part.
I was very impressed. I am not, contrary to the thong song poster I got in the back, I was not a big.
Wait, hold on. We got to say. Wait, On the wall.
He turned Fruitvale Station over on the back. It's a don.
I know this song, something.
But I was when you look at it, it's like one of these things is not like the other. I was like, okay, all right, Cisco, are you okay? But he set the tone.
Yeah.
He did him. He didn't do like he wasn't trying to do somebody else. He did him, and it really worked. So shout out to your producer, who really was able to make sure that every artist had their own color palette.
Okay, boom.
And it worked because some of these songs, man, because there are songs out there when people do them. Here's a good example. Okay, fantastic song, one of my favorite songs of all time. "I Can't Make You Love Me" by Bonnie Raitt. It's an incredible song.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't do that song. Everybody wants to do that song. Everybody can't do that song.
Yeah.
Even and Jerry, I'm sorry, but even your boy Prince, everybody can't do that song. So when you have these classics
man.
Hey man,
Prince.
Yeah. Go on, listen to that song. Go on, listen to that. Listen to Prince's version. You'd be like, oh yeah, okay.
I'm gonna hire somebody to come see you, Russ. I don't do that no more.
His name is not gonna start with O either.
No.
His initials are not OW. I'm retired.
There you go.
So what I'm saying is, your producer, whoever really molded it together, had a harder time to do it than Quincy Jones did because they had to make it their own.
Yeah.
Man. Yo, and okay, so boom. And also there were enough vocals from each of us to choose from. So even that, it's like you trying to build a supercar. You got Ferrari parts, you got Lambo parts, you got Aston Martin parts. You're like, damn, man, I want to just use everything.
Right.
So even for him to sit down and be like, I gotta take this vocal, I gotta do that right there, I got this one fit with that one fit. Yo, that's and night after night, Big Homie, every 3-4 days, he's sending me a version. What you think about this one? I don't know what you think. Because he also wanted to make sure that every single individual did not feel slighted. Because that's not what it's about. It wasn't about trying to showcase one voice. It was about trying to showcase the record and pay homage to it correctly. So,
all right. So now, when you did it, so somebody had to do it first and then send it to the other guys, right?
Raheem did it for Raheem. I had the idea. He sent me the track like 2 days later, if not the next night. Like, yo, here. I'm like, damn, okay, fire. First person, I was like, all right, Rob. So I contacted Rob, sent him the track. When he sent back what he sent back, I was like, oh, we got a record. We got a record. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was he had to be, because he did the beginning and I want to know about this. No, that's later on down the line. It was his first initial verse, and I knew I was doing James Ingram, so it was me and him. We did both of those joints. We collaborated over it. Me and Big Homie, like, all right. And that's when the idea for Sean came in. And once Sean was in, Cisco was because Cisco and Sean, they homies, so it was a no-brainer. So
and you picked your part.
I did my part after hearing Rob's part.
Okay.
Yeah, did my part second, and then sent both of our parts to Sean to be like, yo, this our idea, and then he sent back that fire he sent back, and it was like, okay, now we gotta bring it home. How we gonna bring this home? And it's crazy because when the idea was like Cisco, it was like Cisco, okay. I'm like, yo, the homie can sing. It's not like he's just doing he can sing. He can sing for real.
Yes.
Well, the song spent 10 straight weeks in the top 30 on Billboard and was the #1 requested record on radio of all genres.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Great job on that. So
amazing.
tell everybody where they can get your music. Where can they get it now?
I'm available right now on all streaming platforms. Wherever you can spend $1, there's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just
And what,
Google Omar Wilson. I want to buy his music. If you can't find it through the platform, it'll pop right
somebody
on
roll
up.
up to your house, open up the trunk, and there they go, right?
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I might show up with a little. I mean, I don't know about hard copy right now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I have one of my affiliates show up and drop you off a copy.
Yeah.
You're learning. See, you're learning.
Learn
Stay out
wisdom
the way.
from the wise. Learn
Thank
wisdom
you.
from the
Thank you.
wise.
I manicure my nails, bro. I can't get that all messed up. Hey,
Yeah,
I'd love for you to
like-
put some on some vinyls. I would love that the classics album be on vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
That
vinyl
would
or
be
45? Stop playing, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll give you $50 for it.
Hey, big homie, did you hear what this brother just said?
All right, Lou. You heard me, Lou.
He said he gave you that 5-0 for the thing. Let's go get him.
Well, yeah, I guess I said it now. So yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Omar, you opened for the Neville Brothers, and
Yeah.
what was that experience like? And being around that synergy and being around for the Neville Brothers and then their son or Aaron's son Ivan.
Aaron. So,
Yeah, Aaron.
boom. First of all, watching them sing, and you know the Neville Brothers is, they're some great brothers, but they some gangsters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
We
sure.
know it.
Oh, for sure.
Even the way Aaron Neville hold the mic, he hold the mic like he letting you know. Make sure you have my money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And everything gonna go smooth. So boom, they did their set. I went on stage. And one of my songs was "Change Gonna Come." I'll never forget this. Come walking off the stage, side stage. Aaron Neville stops me, and he's like, "Brother, Donnie would be proud if he heard that."
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
First of all, this brother's arms are the width of my stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them guns.
Yo,
Yeah.
and he had such a calm spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it was, it's like, it's crazy because my first album I entitled Living Legend. And some people in the beginning took that as a boastfulness or arrogance. Just like when I started calling myself the Black Sinatra, which is a name given to Sam Cooke by Frank Sinatra.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've always wanted to create, be a part of, and sing music that stands the test of time. Even before saying the legendary thing, it was always doing things that I know that will live forever.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the ball is rolling, and people even ask, like, yo, did you call your album Living Legend because you, but then they're like, there's no way you could know all these legendary things that are attached to you. DMX, Angie Stone, being on stage with the Neville Brothers, Shaka Khan, like this. But it's always been, even from the Apollo in the beginning, it's always been, and I believe it's because God knows how much I appreciate and how I honor those that came before me. So it's like a natural progression, and it's a blessing just to have the understanding of where I am, where I'm going, and the confirmation of individuals like yourself to know I've made the right steps. Even when they said R&B dead. I remember when I did James, my version of A Man's World. I brought it to every label on the planet, all of them, black execs. They're like, man, ain't nobody want to hear that. I'm like, yo, I just created a rendition of James Brown's A Man's World in Memphis with Al Green's original band on mic number 9. I recorded it on Al's mic. They allowed me to. And you mean to tell me this don't mean nothing? And that was the catalyst to creating Secret Garden. Because I was like, yo, I got to do something that's finally either going to present me to the world or I'm done forever.
Hey, well, Vince Robinson from Cleveland, Ohio. You talked about Eddie Levert earlier. He said, "Do you ever think about doing some with Gerald Levert?"
Shit. I got a song with Gerald. What's that record? Baby, I'm Ready. I'm gonna do that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna redo that one.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to read. That's the one with "This is yours, baby." Girl, I'm tired playing games. So many loves I can't even name. That's that record. I'll do that one gladly because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gerald is great, man. He's great.
Yeah, I'm doing that one, y'all. You heard it here first. Big
All right,
homie Lou, get
Vince.
the
All right,
track
Vince.
ready. We doing Baby I'm Ready from the God.
Speaking on behalf of Vince, he needs 10%. So it's 10%.
I will give him 9.5.
All right, Vince from Cleveland, Ohio.
So,
You heard that.
Omar, what is very refreshing here is that you enjoy the process of learning about the craft that you've chosen. You enjoy the discovery process of what makes these songs evergreen.
Yes, sir.
And that you really, really enjoy listening to the originals, finding out how you can add your tribute to the original. You know,
sir.
It's not like, it doesn't seem very task oriented. It sounds very tribute. Sounds like a tribute. Like you have this gift and this is my opportunity to show tribute.
Yes, sir. And the conversations with individuals like yourself, it's like teachers, like you're all teachers, because I get to learn more about who I am, what I represent, and get confirmation on what I already know is by having conversations with those that are enlightened in what I do. Because I don't know everything. That's what was the biggest baffling of Big Homie Lou. He like, yo, you could do these records and you don't even know how important they are.
Yeah.
And it's almost like that's good. Because maybe if you did know how life or death doing these records are, you would be maybe scared to do them or apprehensive. But it's like a kid that don't know. It's like you just doing it. I'm just doing it. Like, oh, yo, hit that note. Man, do that. Do that too. And I'm like, man, yo, man, I'm ready to go, man. So I'm gonna hit the note because I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And he's sitting there like, this nigga really can do this. And now I understand.
And now you bought in.
So what you said is right, man. Learning is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I was a knucklehead in school. I didn't do the school thing. I was in the street. So you know what I mean? So this right now I'm like, damn, this is what school would have gave me if I'd have just calmed my ass down and listened a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen to those that know words of wisdom from the wise. So yes, it's amazing to me. It's enlightening. It's invigorating, and I'm just so blessed that I was chosen this job because I'm never going to get bored. It's always going to be something to feel good about to make me want to do it again another day.
I got an assignment for the panel here.
Okay.
So we all gonna get a chance to get part of Vince's 10%. At the end of the show, we each are gonna tell you, we're gonna suggest a song that we think you should do.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
At the end of the show, we'll do that. We got a few more minutes with Omar. Omar's back east. It's about 11:30 where you are. I hope you're okay.
Man, hey, man, I'm good, man. I ain't got no curfew no more, man. I had a curfew since I was 15.
All right. Hey.
And even then, I was waiting till they went to sleep and jumped out the window for a minute. That's it. Mom, I'm sorry. I love y'all.
Okay. Startled me a little bit there, Omar.
You talk about you were around DMX and things like that, and DMX.
You sound like DMX. I can't even imagine. I mean, well, I do know what it sounded like because I played it. I said, CJ, we can't play because you sounded fine, but as soon as DMX, I said we can't do that on. I know
it's great. Yeah.
It's the internet. You can do whatever you want, but we don't.
I don't have a clean version yet. That will come soon. And it's crazy because when people hear me, they always either say, you sound like DMX, or you look like Tupac, or you look like DMX, you sound like Tupac, or
You
you
look like JB
either
Smooth.
one.
What
So
did
they're
I
like,
say?
yeah,
JB Smooth.
could DMX sing if you could sing? I'm like, damn, oh, who knows? Maybe I
Yeah,
could
you
sing.
didn't hear his Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
man,
yeah, Rudolph the
he was funny.
Yeah.
He was funny.
Yeah,
For
that
real.
was great too.
Well, you
Yeah.
He should have got a Grammy for that one, bro.
yeah, he really should
Man,
have.
yeah. If not, he better get one right
Come
now.
on.
The Grammys are still alive.
Come on.
Well, you know what? Okay, okay. Before it goes away, I
Yeah.
gotta say we talked about Cisco earlier and the Secret Gardens connection and everything like that. You know, there's a trend that's going out right now, where fathers are punishing their sons if they get in trouble. They're making them do the tell me step. Step And you know what? And what's crazy? And what's crazy is that the first video I seen, the dude he sounds just like DMX, and he was like, "Tell me what you want, tell me, step chump."
I'm like, wait a minute. I know you didn't miss school tomorrow. Give me 30 Drew Hills right now.
Yeah,
30
Drew Hill.
30 Drew Hill. And they doing it like that.
Yo,
30 Drew Hills.
and the kid doing it crying.
Right. Step jump. You can't slide. You got to step jump.
Nope. Calf muscles
Now
this
see,
big.
I'll step it up. I'll be
Okay.
like, yo, if you miss one more grade, I'm gonna make you do 30 James Browns.
Oh,
How about that?
man. Okay. But now,
Yeah.
but you being around DMX and you know, and then I have to say, well, I have to say this is more of a comment than more of a question. But you know, like DMX had so many great songs. Soulfully, that dude was just I felt his music.
Man.
And you know, like even like Lord Give Me a Sign and
Man,
you know,
slipping.
I mean, yeah, slipping and you know, that Great Depression album was crazy, but could you see yourself even being around him, and then even the likes of a Ghostface or even an Old Dirty? Could you see those cats ever being like singers? Because the thing was, because you know, you could tell because they came up.
They were all singers. Think about it. First
Dirty
of all, you know Old Dirty
for sure.
was a singer. Even if them talking,
Right.
he was pronunciating everything. So that's definitely a yes. And then it's a Ghost. Every introduction of one of Ghost records, it's an old 70s
Oh yeah.
pimping. It's
Yep.
something. It's I'm your mama, I'm your dad. So once again, before there was rap, there was R&B and soul music.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So everyone's a singer.
That's
Think
the beauty
about all
of
the samples from Swiss to DJ Premier.
Yeah.
They all came from. They weren't sampling rap records.
Yeah.
So
But
yes,
you know, that's the beauty of Tone stuff though, because he will take the whole song and just rap over the whole song. It ain't no sample. He just rap over the whole damn song.
and the whole time you like this.
Yeah. And it's working. And it works.
Yeah. He did that with the Delphonics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With La 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 means I love you. Yeah.
Did it with a
Come on,
bunch of
man.
songs. He called it.
That Mary joint
Everything you
all
could think,
time.
and flipped it up and made it gangster, but still kept it R&B smooth.
Yeah, man.
Like, I mean, that's what it was for me. Like, when it was at that time, I was like, 'cause I was in a rap group. I was in a rap group called the Lost Souls. And how I transitioned back into singing, I started singing the hooks and started writing songs over rap beats. I think my first R&B song I wrote was over Nas, You're the Man, the beat.
Yeah.
And that's what thrust me back into it. So I had an aggression to it and an edge to it, but it's still R&B, man. So yes, all them brothers are derived from singing them melodies. And I just had to learn how tough it is to be an R&B singer. They was the coldest gangsters.
I feel like we've known you for about 10 years, man.
Hey,
I mean, this is how men become boys. Men become, because we started out as men, now we all boys right now, man. I'm loving it.
Hey, well, it says in the Bible to be childlike. So I know what I mean.
Well, you
I
said you
use-
pray
I
to
use
God
that
and
I use
Jesus,
that
so you had
analogy.
my attention already. You said to pray to God and Jesus, you know. So I respect that. You know,
I need all the blessing. You know,
Okay.
I need all the blessing and no more lesson. You know what I'm saying?
He prayed to
That's
every
a good
apostle
one.
except Judas.
All right, CJ, you got one more song you want to play for us?
I do.
All right, let's go.
Hit me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we two-stepping. Yeah.
This right here
This all I got.
is a song about how love brings special people together. Dance to this. I remember when I first met you. It was a sunny day in May. Now here we are together. So baby, here we go. You're fine and you're tall. Let me take it. Show them what you mean. You believe. Yeah. Bottles again. When we go dance, let's go to dance. Baby, girl, take my hand and two steps to the groove.
I love the way you move.
Take my hand and two-step to the groove. That's
Love that
nice, man. That's nice. That's nice. And that's why I showed the picture with you holding your hand out again.
Yo, look, I couldn't even stop it. I started singing like a hand, like, yo. I'm like, hand, don't do it, hand. It went out, look, it went straight out.
You said you're an R&B singer. Put your hand out. Put your hand out. You know.
Put your hand out.
He doing it every song is a "Can You Feel It" video.
When you
No,
feel
I'm
it.
gonna try that next show. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna try to not do the R&B hand and see what
No,
happens.
no.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Don't do
You're gonna get the hook. You're gonna get the hook.
Yo, like if that was Omar Wilson.
Okay, hey, if you don't do that, you gotta do the lean. You gotta do the mic,
the elbow lean.
the elbow lean.
Oh, the elbow lean? Oh no,
Yeah.
that's standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hey,
Yo,
man.
you mess with me, I might come out, the curtain come up, and the brother just be laying on the lawn with the bike. Like, do you know this brother came out laying down?
Yeah.
This fool lay down, got a chase lounge out the back room.
Right. Okay.
Just lay
Okay.
It gotta be red velvet though.
Yeah, it is.
Velvet or something else.
Or actually, no, you gotta do purple velvet, like a big ass Crown Royal bag. That's what you need.
Sponsored by Crown Royal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sponsored by
saying?
Crown Royal. Let's get that check. Let's get that check, bruh.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, 9.5%, baby.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like Ben said, I don't know if you saw Vincent May. He said, "I'll take it."
He said he'll take it.
Yeah.
I would look, man.
That two-step, man. I was in Chicago,
Okay.
and you know this is what do they say? After the R. Kelly debauchery.
Yeah.
So there was no two-step rec. No one was putting out two-step records.
Right.
And when I was out there, they was like, "Yo, brother, you need to do a two-step record." I'm like, "All right." Came back, back up top. Told the big homie. 2-3 days later, they had the beat, pen the song, and the rest is history. And that record does very well for me because line dancing and two-step stuff, Midwest stuff like that is real big. And shout out to anybody out there right now is doing them line dances and two-step. Have your boy Omar Wilson, man, to the next party, man. It'll be a phenomenal situation.
Don't be the brother caught with the fan though. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh no, we ain't leaving nobody out. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, look, like you said, it's been a great night, brother. So what we always like to do at the end of the show, just kind of go around the horn. And in this particular case, since we got a homework assignment from Russ, we're going to talk about the song that we want you to do. And then we're going to say good night to you. So Big Russ, it's your idea. You're up first.
It is my idea. I'm caught. Wow, I'm caught. So
Yeah, you are.
brother, I am. I'm caught, but I got you though. I got you. I got you.
You it?
So there's a song that the raspiness of your voice would really, really work, but you'd have to layer your performance, your recording. I hear the brother who was the lead of the Dells. That's what I hear.
Marvin Jr.
Yeah.
So I hear the Dells. And
Teddy's daddy.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, dang.
So one of my favorite songs by them is the obvious choice, "Stay in My Corner."
Okay.
So you don't have to put yourself in the headlock and try to hold that note, but yeah, that song is evergreen.
We're going Olympian. We're going Olympian. We're going for the Olympic gold medal. Okay.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick, Russ. The Dells.
I'm with that.
Fantastic.
And it's in the range too. It's in the range.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now for extra credit, if you hold that note.
Miss. Okay.
Look, I almost ran into a telephone pole trying to hold that note while I was driving one day.
Man.
It ain't for everybody.
I might go back and start swimming a little bit for a couple weeks.
All right, D Minor, you're up.
To a different week.
There you go.
All right, D Minor, go.
Omar, brother Omar, man, it was such an honor and a pleasure just to talk to you, man. And I think is what G Dub would say. It was like knowing you for the last 10 years, knowing like a distant relative that I know I'm a definitely be staying in tune with.
Please.
Now I have 2 songs. All right.
Hit me.
All right. Now Russ kind of took my group, the Dells. I was gonna go with the Dells, but I'm gonna stay with them. So it's a song called "I Touch a Dream."
I touch a dream. Okay.
Yeah. So if you can bring that one, man, and that's
I touch a dream.
I touch a dream.
Name sounds fire.
Yeah, and then another one from Guy's future album, "Smile."
Smile from Guy.
Oh, from Guy? Yeah, we could do that all day.
Yeah,
Aaron Hall?
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. That's another voice.
Yeah, that's another voice. And
Aaron Hall was the first R. Kelly, I think. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Where's the one?
Pause.
Pause.
Don't put that on him.
My brother.
He got his own issues, you
keep
know.
our vibration elevated.
Man, but nothing but love and respect to you, man. I mean, just even you talking about even just with that whole R&B, you know, is dead comment, that crazy thing. But even with Shivery, because Shivery and R&B is dead comments, they kind of go hand in hand in a sense. So you know, they kind of couple each other in that sense. So I'm glad that we were able to talk about that and you were able to bring insight to it. And Russ, thank you so much for bringing it home.
Amen. And just to expound on that, I've been watching Godfather of Harlem a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yo, Bumpy Johnson.
Yeah.
Chivalry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he still kept the straight razor.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I mean, you got.
So that's what I'm talking about. Chivalry, suited and booted, 3 P's. Everything was gentlemen.
Yeah, and I thank you because you making brothers go back and wear them suits again.
Yes, let's go get it.
Bro, I got to tell you about this book. I don't want to step on you real quick. There's a book called Sitting In, and it's about all of the jazz and the jazz clubs regionally. It's got photo books. Photos and lots of testimonials, and it shows how we got down as a people socially, and how the whole term of dressing to the nines and how when you look at this book, you start to say, we doing that right now. We just don't know we're doing it.
Yes, I mean, like we say Black excellence, like we're still like you know, I was blessed to be in the Cotton Club, performing in the Cotton Club before they dismantled it. Like you said, it's bringing back that gangster and a gentleman vibe. Like it's and you can be clean and still be who you are. It's okay.
Yeah, get that book, Sitting In.
I definitely will. Thank you,
DJ Flash.
I got 2. They're both kind of off the beaten path. Well, kind of. The first one is Mary Jane, Rick James.
Okay.
If you come because
Let's
nobody's
go.
really taken that and done it. And I think, yeah,
and nobody's done that.
Yeah, I think you can add something to that.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to
Yeah,
open me
yeah.
a smoke shop before I do the rest. brother,
Mary
you gonna get
Jane.
your 19% tonight.
But you know, you can actually grab this. You could grab Stone City and have them actually record it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yo,
Stone City
Yeah.
can record it because you can't come halfway on the music. The musicality of that song is just as important as
nah,
the
it's not a game.
yeah.
It's not a game.
Yeah.
But you can get Stone City because they're
Stone City.
all present.
Are you kidding me, big bro?
Stone City would do it.
Yeah.
They'd be down with it.
Big
Yeah,
homie Lou, I know you listening. If you're not,
you would add a
be
whole
listening.
Band, yeah.
yeah. It
Thank
would
you, my brother.
Mary
What's the other
Jane.
one, Flash?
The other one is Pain by the Ohio
Ooh,
Players.
wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Judy Morrison.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, you would take that to
I
another.
knew you was wearing the X for a reason. Man.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Pain by the Ohio Players. Yeah.
Nice.
Come on, man. How you gonna go wrong with that?
No,
You can't.
And
All right, now
see,
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
no,
man.
I was just saying, once again, it just adds more understanding. It's always a new day to do more. That's why I love the choice that God gave me.
Mhm.
God and Jesus.
And to be able to say that we are the ones that's gonna help so-called reinvigorate R&B because it was dead, right? So
So they say,
thank y'all for helping me rebirth it.
Absolutely.
yeah.
So okay, I was gonna say before I go, let me put in some that the folks in the chat. Gina says you should try "Walk Away from Love" or "I Wish It Would Rain."
Wish it would rain.
With your rain, you can do that.
We'll get okay. See, that's just getting
Blue
that.
skies. I can hear you do that first line.
David Ruffin, I wish it would rain.
Yeah.
Please go away. Oh,
Can you
come
do
on,
Treat It
man.
Like a Lady?
Treat it like a you can do that. We can do that. I might need some background vocals on that. Treat it like a lady. Yeah, I lost my falsetto in '94. I lost my falsetto in '94.
Well, don't get it from D minor. He sound like he just stubbed his toe. Don't get it from him.
Yeah. He sounded like he closed the door on that lady. You
Yeah, I
that's
know.
what he- All right, now Muffin Mouse says,
I can do the
"I
player.
own
I
the
can do the
sparrow."
player one.
Yeah. Muffin Mouse says, "I own the sparrow," which I'm sure would be
Oh,
good
wow,
for you
the
to do.
sparrow.
Yeah.
Okay, you trying to end this with tear ducts. Well
Yeah,
done.
okay.
Word up.
That's the last song on the album, that's for sure. All right, so look, I got two. But before I get to that, I just again want to thank you for doing this show, brother, especially since you're on the East Coast. I know it's late. I know you
Yes.
probably wanted to watch the Knicks game and all that kind of thing, but thank you for coming through. We had a lot of fun with you, man. And if
Thank you,
you
big brother.
ever come anywhere near the Bay Area, we coming to see you. We
Yeah,
coming to see
let
you.
us know, man.
We
Thank
coming
you,
to see
man.
you.
Man, I
know
love
it's a
y'all.
place that you
Appreciate
can
all
play.
y'all, man. And I will be out in that Yay area. Just please tell the promoters, book OMAR Wilson, man. I
Okay.
keep a jump bag in the corner. I'm ready to go yesterday at about 2:30.
Okay. Here's my two songs I think you should try.
Hit me, big dog.
Love Ballad,
Oh.
LTD.
Ooh. Okay.
LTD, Love Ballad.
Okay.
And Let Me Make Love to You from the OJs.
Ooh. Oh God.
You could have some fun with that one.
Wait a minute. I did that one.
Did you?
Let me make love to you, baby.
Ooh.
I'll be good. I'll be better than better. Sweeter than sweeter. Sweeter than sweeter. Yeah, I did that joint.
I came in
That's
on the wrong
Black
key. I'm sorry,
album.
my bad.
You
I came in
I
the
know
wrong key.
That was that.
That just
That wasn't even a
means,
house key. I don't know what that was.
Celine, you are right.
Mm.
See,
So-
I knew when you touched that hat.
Yeah.
That's for clairvoyance. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What you could do, I know you did that one, but Cry Together would also work.
Cry together.
Oh,
Any of them, Don't Call Me Brother. Any of them, come on, Stairway to Heaven.
Oh my gosh.
But there's certain songs. I know you hit classics though. You hitting classics, but you start listening to some of these songs, one of them is going to tap you on the shoulder, and it's going to be the one.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to tap you on the shoulder, and you're like, okay, this is mine. This is me.
Well, that Cry Together, where we cry, cry.
Come on.
That yo, he killed it. Oh, Oh, damn,
Yeah, the love ballad is a good choice, Jerry. Love ballad.
Listen how gangster the beat is. That's crazy. Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
So big homie Lou, send all checks to IRTS Space Live.
That's right.
That's gonna be 29%. You know,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey man, but for real, we thank you very much.
The selections was so good. You know
what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna send Lou the show that we did with Eddie LeBert. You're gonna love it because he was so much fun. And he never does interviews, and man, he was in. You're gonna love to see it. You know, if you had fun with yourself, you're gonna have fun watching it.
Original?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We ain't playing around over here.
You better yet.
The silverback.
He had a show with us.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he had a show with us. He had a show with us.
Yeah, he said, check this out. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, we sent him the link. We sent him the link. He didn't send us the link. We sent him the link. You know.
He had a show with us.
So look, man, we got to get out of here.
That's the reason why I am here.
We got to get out of here, but I do want to give you like 30 seconds to say whatever you want to say right now, and then we're gonna get out here with one more song from you, and we're gonna fade it out and have a good night.
I'm Omar Wilson of Black Sinatra. Please follow me on all streaming platforms. It was a blessing, an honor, and a learning pleasure to be with these brothers. And this is what it's about, man. You want to be great, surround yourself with greatness, and you will be great. And that's it, man. Believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you.
And now I need you to get a hold of Cisco, Sean, and Raheem and tell them all they need to do the show as well.
Oh, let's go. That's no problem.
Don't be playing, man.
They all got to go through it.
I'll give you 2 percentage points back if you get there. 2 percentage points back.
I will take 1.5.
Well, thank you. Hey, thank you. All right. Hey, I'm glad you guys were staying with us to watch IRTS Live. We'll see you next Tuesday with a whole new episode. Flash, take us home, please.
Oh, I forgot about this one. Circle. Sounds of distinction.
I'm an ever-rolling wheel without a destination real. I'm an ever-spinning top, whirling around till I drop. Oh, what am I doing? My mind is in a whirlpool. Oh, give me a little more. One small thing to bring to got me going. You got me going in circles. Woo!
IRTS Live is created and hosted by Jerry Dove and is joined by a team of the industry's finest. Music director CJ Flash, Ryan Nicole, Big Russ, and D Minor. IRTS Live is brought to you by Lifelong Medical Care, providing high-quality care with compassion. Call them at 510-549-5454 or visit lifelongmedical.org. And by C-Dove HR Consulting Group, providing personalized service for building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Check out gdovedesigns.com for hoodies and t-shirts that make a statement. And be sure to get the new IRTS Live coffee mug. Join CJ Flash for the feel-good music for the people experience. Live Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 to 3 p.m. and Fridays from 12 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Watch and listen to him on TikTok and Mixcloud. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor, please email us at info